Yeah, Juan, it's Robo the Rebel back with another video. This video we're taking a look at women having multiple husbands and boyfriends. But since you're here, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and let's get to it. So I saw this trending on Twitter, and the woman was being congratulated so much in this particular post. So I think how the story goes, what I was described here, with the way it was described, the woman the woman has a husband, and I think that's her husband that whose lap she's sitting in. This is where it was described. So she's sitting in her husband's lap, but the other two on the other sides are her boyfriends, and they all know about each other. And as a matter of fact, the boyfriend on the left, the one with the hat on, he supposedly has a wife. So this polyamory thing. Now, so many women in the comments were congratulating this woman. Congrats, girl, go get it, girl, and so forth and so on. And you take a look at this modern day, the modern day woman, or the liberal woman, and this type of thing is congratulatory, but the way we were created in terms of there's always been more women than men in the history of the world because of wars or whatever. And sometimes even in the black community, which is an issue that our boys have a higher infant mortality rate. So there's more girls than boys, or excuse me, more women than men, and so it's more natural. It's the way we were created and the way we were designed to for the man to be, to potentially take on, more than one woman, or more than one wife or multiple wives and so forth, right? This has been, it's not new with Islam. Islam just put parameters around it and made it beneficial for women, only if it's done the way Allah and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, um, you know, s- dictated or taught us how to do it. But back to this picture here. I mean, how how much simp is not even the word for these three guys. There has to be a worse word than simp for these three guys, especially the one who is the husband. I mean, how in the world can you even look at yourself in the mirror, man? I mean, but look at him. He looks happy just to have a woman, and I don't know. It's weird that these guys are flexing like this as if it's something to aspire to, and it's very um, it's just I'm just speechless to even look at this. But we have to call this out. Here again, it's the same thing, right? You're trying to put women on the same pedestal or on the same plateau as men, and we understand that men and women are not the same. We're not equal. There's things that men can do that women can't do, and vice versa, right? There's things that women can do that men will never be able to do. Allah created them to be, to uh, house the life, house lives and birth babies and so forth. We'll never be able to do that. We provide the seed, but we will never be able to carry that child. And forget all those knuckleheads out there saying this thing about, women aren't the only ones who can get pregnant. Yes, and I'm probably going to do videos on those things as well whenever I see them again. But there's this narrative out here that women aren't the only ones who carry children. It's a growing movement to say um, people carry babies and not say women because it's offensive, right? But anyway, I don't want to digress too far. That's the whole topic for another video. But it's just so disrespectful and disgraceful that these brothers would engage in something to this effect, especially with all the single black women running around. You guys want to share you three guys want to share one. when the way things are, you actually can have three of your own. It baffles the mind here. I don't know what these guys are doing. I, I saw a video from a doctor. What was his name? Dr. John Gray, and he was talking about how with the advent of birth control, that how did it go? With the advent of birth control, women typically, when they were ovulating, they typically were attracted to the more masculine man. But then when they stopped ovulating, they were attracted to the more feminine man. And then once birth control came and it kind of controlled the ovulation, and it stopped, and or it stopped the ovulation with some birth control, that women were now attracted to the more feminine man all of the time. And then he talked about how the sperm count of men today is lower than the sperm count of a man of the same age, 30 years ago or 40 years ago. So these women have progressively been more and more attracted to more feminine men, or what some people will call betas or simps, manginas. You name it. I think the name fits all three of these guys. But this is what we have today. Now, guys are happy to share one woman and smile and cheese for the camera and put it on social media, and then we see how many women or at least they're congratulating them. I don't know if they will actually want to get into a relationship like this, but the congratulations were flowing in this particular post. But so we have to take manhood back, and this is not manly to even think of sharing your wife with another man, let alone two other men. A lot of brothers have a hard time even thinking about their wife, you know, being with someone before them, let alone her being with someone after y'all got married. Like, it's just insane to even think about that, right? Remember the joke from Eddie Murphy. I forgot which one it was. It's been a while, but when he said when he was talking about, yeah, he said watch all the men in the room. He said, guys, think about your woman having sex with your best friend. And then he made this face as if the guys were freaking out. And then Eddie Murphy being Eddie Murphy, he was like, the women next to him were like, that's a good idea. So, but yeah, that's a that's something that's not even fathomable to think about your wife with another guy. It's just crazy. But so these guys, I should start a award program. The Simps of the Day. These guys will get it. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, we'll be back again. This is Robo the Rebel. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Masalam Ikhwan.